Award, which is a monthly recognition. It's presented to an employee who represents dedication to quality service, respect for his or her fellow workers, and a willingness to take that extra step to do the job well. And this is for you, Yasmin. As the coordinator of the Work Readiness and Work Site Support Programs of Youth Services Commission, Yasmin has a job with many barriers to success. The goal of the program is to find companies that are willing and able to provide a work experience for at-risk young people who are new to a work environment or who have not successfully achieved a work record. Every day she demonstrates an extraordinary commitment to improving the juvenile justice system. She is successful because of her, and now I'm going to quote what was given to me, of her open-minded ability to envision new concepts as she implements the program, exhibits innovative thinking when faced with unanticipated problems, and encourages collaborative problem solving as she works with the participants, the employers, families, and of course, the bureaucracy. Congratulations, Yasmin. Keep up the great work. You have to sign that.
Sign.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Let's see that. Okay, Essex County low-tech school system. And today is one of those days. Will George Benton come up and anybody else who's affiliated with him? Okay. Great jacket there.
Thank you.
Very nice. Nice I don't know.
Now she's a fashionista.
I caught it from Teresa. Teachers such as George Benton are one of the reasons that the Essex County Vocational Technical School System has been so successful this past decade. 2 schools are National Blue Ribbon awardees, and others appear in lists of outstanding schools in the VOTEC category. George has been teaching here for 8 years, and twice has been selected as Teacher of the Year. Along with his teaching duties, he's also a volleyball and softball coach. He began his higher education at our own Essex County College, earning high honors for his associate's degree in early childhood elementary education, plus the prestigious Presidential Scholarship to New Jersey City University, where he graduated summa cum laude, alrighty, with a BA in History and Secondary Education Certificate. Ever the student himself, he earned an MA in History from Villanova in 2005 and a second MA in Educational Leadership Administration in 2012. Every day, he stands as an inspiration to his students.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is O.J. Dennis. I'm the principal of Newark Tech, and I can honestly tell you about George Benton, everything that was stated earlier, and more, because Mr. Benton is my go-to guy, literally. Quick story. This morning, usually I get to work about 6:45, 7 o'clock, and Mr. Benton's car is there. When I leave, 6:30, 7 o'clock, his car is there. So I told her, I said, do you go home? You have a family? I met your wife, I met your kids, now I met Mom. So he said, no. So this morning I got nervous. So I know we have this award. I said, well, something must be wrong. So I'm calling him, I page him, and he's nowhere to be found. But then, come to find out, he went to pick up his mom this morning, so he couldn't make it this morning at 6:45. He made it at 8 o'clock. So, but late day. But Mr. Benton is a true gentleman. He works hard. Everything that we need for the school, he is there. He volunteers, he trains, he supports, he encourages our students. Currently, we have a great partnership with Essex County College, where Mr. Benton, one of his classes, is also a class at Essex County College, which our students partake in, which is the dual enrollment program where our students will receive college credit. That is a senior class, and he has the expertise He is also a college professor at JCU on Thursday evenings. So I can go on and on and on, but I can honestly tell you that I'm very proud that Mr. Benton is on the team. He told us he's all in 4 years ago. He's still all in now, and I'm just so proud to be his direct supervisor, but also a good friend. I appreciate that.
I was staying the other night. I was cleaning up after an event at the school, maybe a volleyball game, picking up papers and cups and bottles, and I never wondered to myself, like you know, no one sees this. Maybe the custodian says thanks for helping, but no one sees. And then the next day they notify me that I got this award. So I'm like, wow. You know, we don't do extra to try to receive accolades for extra. People who go the extra mile are just built that way. And my mom kind of is a woman that went the extra mile for us. You know, a family of 4, you know, meager, you know, growing up, not a whole lot, and family dinners, I used to stuff my peas in my pocket, and I didn't want to eat my vegetables, but she forced vegetables on me, and I grew up to be big and strong. But the county executive meets with all 4 of the schools in the district at the beginning of the school year, and his message over the years has been consistently the theme of working together. And work together. We don't need any problems because people won't work together. There's difficult people among us, but then people that choose to work together often get the job done a little better. So my thing is I want to support the leadership to the best of my ability and continue to work with others so we can do the best job we can. Thanks.
Her father, Patrick Roberts, a respiratory doctor, and Shabira is one of 8 siblings. Growing up in a single-parent home for most of her life, teamwork comes naturally to her. They all work together to make sure their home is always safe and loving. And Shabira is quick to proudly acknowledge that she's a family girl. She plans to study psychology in college and looks forward to helping people live better lives, but will also take classes in fashion design, following a path she has already started as a fashion show model. The modeling has offered her the opportunity to travel and dress up, both things which she really enjoys. It looks like Shabira has an exciting future ahead of her, and we wish her much success.
Good morning. I'm Sherry Axelrod, the guidance counselor at Newark Tech. I was just transferred there from Bloomfield Tech. And as adults, we're always afraid of change and what we're going to face. But when Shabira came into my office, I knew I was home. That smile, those dimples, those looks said, welcome to Newark Tech. She's a bright young lady. She's part of our new $4.5 million program in our new building, the Teal Center, where the students are doing independent learning and going to get college credit for it. She has come to me already for her college applications, and she has given me a hand with the map testing and setting up the computers. I wish her all the success. She deserves this award, and thank you, Mr. DiVincenzo, for giving it to her, and to our principal and to our superintendent. Congratulations.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Shabira is an outstanding student. She is a born leader, and she is part of my morning announcement, which handles all the announcements for the building and all the ins and outs of the housekeeping of the building. She's one of 5. Whatever it takes, that's what she does. She has a 3.3 GPA. She says she wants to go to Howard University to be a psychiatrist. And I said, won't be like your dad, like a doctor? She said, yeah, that's a doctor too. So I said, excellent, excellent. Believe me when I tell you, she brights up the room when she walks in. She brights up the building when she walks in. We have many students at Newark Tech that are just outstanding. But to stand out as one of the top leaders, it is truly a commendable feat. So we appreciate you being at Newark Tech. And believe me when I tell you, it's a pleasure having her in the building.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm trying to not get a little teary because this is like amazing. Okay, I'm trying to. All right, I'm Shabira Roberts. I was raised in a single parent household since I was like 13, since my parents split up. My dad is a doctor. He works at JFK Hospital in New York. My mom, mixologist, bartender, basically. I grew up 8 other siblings. We knew what it was, you know, to have teamwork in the house because it was a lot of us. So, you know, you can't really do a lot of things by yourself when you have that many people. You have no choice but to, you know, work together. 3 of them is adopted. Yeah, my mom took them in, and, like, you know, we had to embrace them and love them like they was ours. Here over at North Tech, that's where I go to school at, I'm a senior. I am in the new Till Center. Over 163 students had the audition, and only 40 got in, and I was one of them. So I'm proud to say that I will be the first graduating class coming out of the Till Center.
Yeah.
Also, in there, we got to know teamwork because it's 40 of us, and we don't always have a teacher on our back, you know, rigorously telling us what to do, following schedules. We base that on ourselves. We self-pace ourselves. So basically, we work with ourselves and our peers to see, like, you know, tackling a lot of challenges that we face basically with each other, rather than always having to go to a teacher for help. We have each other. So we have no choice but to, you know, work together and just do what we have to do. And then I'm very proud to say I got this award because in the school everybody knows me. And like, you know, I'm the go-to person where it's like, if just, what should I wear here today? Or, you know, like, can you help me with this? I'm always the person you can, like, come to, whether it's the teachers or students. Like, I'm the #1 person you just come to for everything. So, like, this was, you know, it's expected. I think I deserve this. I do a lot for my school. Everything that happens in the school, I'm always there with anything. So I'm just grateful that I was able to be awarded this. I'd like to thank Joseph D. for making this possible, my guidance counselor, my principal, and everybody for coming out today.
Awesome. 2 master's degrees, summa cum laude, and I think the most important thing, you made a commitment to work in education, and particularly the fact that you chose to work in an urban school district. We know for a long time we have tried to interest African American men in committing to careers in education. So you can be a great role model. And Mom, you didn't have to worry about it. Congratulations. And to Shabira, you know, I had to smile. When I was probably about 11 or 12, 13 years old, I wanted to be a fashion designer too. And we had 2 newspapers in Newark at that time. One was called the Newark Evening News. And every year the Newark Evening News would have a contest, and you had to design an outfit. And if you won the design contest, you won a sewing machine. And I won that contest when I was in the 6th grade. And probably from the time I was in the 6th grade till the time I was a freshman, sophomore in college, I was always sewing things. So commit to your career in fashion design. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me and just have a passion for shopping. So I hope you make it over to Bernie Sanders. I didn't quite get there. And the same can be said for Senator Ruiz as well. But congratulations to you. You're really an inspiration, and I like the self-confidence and the self-esteem that you have. It's going to take you very far. And to Yaz, congratulations to you. And I like the fact that you found your truth, and your life has inspired you to do what you're doing. Congratulations to you as well. And many of you think Lee Fisher is very quiet, but he is not. And once you start winding him up, that's what you get. Well, congratulations.
The inspiration of all of the honorees. And today, for me, it's to really be mindful of that we're all teachers, regardless as to what discipline we're in, and that oftentimes we can learn from each other, and we never know when someone is watching. And particularly in public office, you'll get a phone call. It could be a tree. It could be a golf ball that's hit someone's home. But the fact of the matter is that we're always being watched in the sense of how we are with humanity and community. And to the three individuals today, this is what you have taught me. To the consummate professional, who I know is the most important profession in this country that anyone can commit themselves to, and that is the teaching profession. Thank you for reminding us that oftentimes when titles are saddled with negative concepts, that we know what the truth is and that you're an inspiration for all of us. To Yasmin, who reminds us that you never know in what capacity your life will bring you in. Sometimes on one side of the fence and sometimes on the other. And it's just a matter to be sure that we're fair and that we're equal to everybody. And to Shabira, to remind women to continue being brassy and to expect it. Because oftentimes we're afforded opportunities and we will answer the questions with, I don't think I am prepared. That is not the response that I think a man oftentimes will give. They would accept that responsibility. On Saturday, I was sitting and watching ESPN, and I was really dumbstruck by a commercial that Aflac had. I don't think it airs on every channel. I think it's just specifically to the sports network, and it's a coach. He appears to be irate, and he has this huge a male football team there, and he says, "Ladies, take a knee." And I looked at my husband and I said, "Can you please explain to me out loud what he's trying to convey?" You remind us that we should expect it, because this is an equal and fair world, and that in this government, our county executive is committed to precisely that. Regardless as to what discipline we're in, if we're in need of help, bridging the gap, looking for job employment, ensuring that our soccer fields are great for all of our children, regardless as to what our zip codes are, that we're committing to putting the people of Essex County first. So thank you very much.
Important people, there's absolutely no question about it. Under-recognized, most important people in our society, no doubt about it. And those of you who are in that profession, we all owe a great deal to this. Really, no question about it. Joyce talks about, what was it, sea salt or something like that?
Sea salt butter.
And once sea salt, never go back?
Never go
like
back.
I've heard something like that. I'd like to. Lee Fisher said, we talk about people talking for a long time. I learned a great deal here, because when people come from various departments, they tell us what they do, and I appreciate what each one tells us what they do, because that's the only time we have an opportunity to bring people together and learn about what their role is with the county. Because many times people think of county government just a bunch of people that are really not making any kinds of contributions. And this Teamwork Award program every month gives us an opportunity to truly understand what it is that we do here in county government. And people, at least said something about, it's not, Joe Diaz has decided, that it's just not about parks, it's about people too. And I think that what you're doing, Yasmin, is so extremely important. We have people that get into trouble. I've heard conversations about people getting into trouble and going into incarceration. Nothing happens that's positive to them. They come out and do the same thing over and over again. The fact that we're trying to turn people into positive people, I think that's the greatest thing, a great contribution that you and your program and Lee, what you're doing with these young people. I think it's fantastic, and I think that we need to let people know more and more about it. I think some of the conversations I've heard recently about Bernard Kerrick, I believe it was, used to be police commissioner in New York. He got out of jail, and he suddenly realized that the system is broken. He ran Rikers Island and places like that for years and years and years, sent many, many people to jail. But he's been inside now, and he sees that it's broken. Well, I talk about that from time to time, the need for us to turn that around and make it positive, that if we can spend $100,000 or $75,000 a year to keep a person locked up, let's reverse that and spend that on educating him on the front end so we don't need to have these prisons, et cetera. And I'm glad to have people are talking more about the need to reform our so-called justice system. Young lady, congratulations to you. I'm sure somebody said that this is the first time that we've heard someone said that I deserve this award, and you probably said, well, it's a long time coming, it's about time, but congratulations, that's a very good sign. It says that you do have confidence in yourself, and that what you said is based upon what your teachers and principal has said, that you do make the kinds of contributions, that you've earned that award, and I think that you deserve it, and you certainly are going to go very, very far. And I want to congratulate all of you on the great work that you're doing. I appreciate it, and again, as Lee said, it's not just parks, it's people too, and I want to congratulate